Chapter 9: Analysis of Data. Statistical analysis or statistics is concerned with the development and application of methods and techniques for organizing and analyzing data, usually quantitative, so that the reliability of conclusion based on the data may be evaluated objectively in terms of probability. Role of statistics. Statistics may indicate the central point around which a mass of data revolves. They may show how broad or diverse the spread can be for a mass of data. Statistics may reveal how closely or distantly certain features within the mass of data are related, as well as whether a relationship even exists. They may indicate the degree to which the facts might have occurred by mere chance or whether there is a probability of their having been influenced by some factor, another pure chance. Cautions in using statistics. Statistics are necessary for most research studies involving quantitative data and are particularly crucial at the sampling and analysis stages. The analysis process should be planned well in advance in order to anticipate problems that may be encountered. In fact, the analysis of a study is shaped to a considerable extent before the data are collected. Still involved in statistical analysis. Regardless of the specific techniques or tests employed, there are certain basic steps common to virtually all statistical analysis. Those steps will be discussed briefly before taking a more detailed at the major types of analysis. The establishment of categories. In establishing categories, 4 basic rules or guidelines should be followed. The set of categories or values that the classification scheme for any one variable should be delivered from a single classification principles, which is determined by the research questions or hypothesis being investigated. Each set of categories should be exhaustive, that is, it should be possible to place every observation in one of the categories of the set. This does not preclude the use of miscellaneous or catch-all categories such as other. The categories within each set should be mutually exclusive. This means that it should not be possible to place a specific observation correctly in more than one category. The development of categories should be based on a sound knowledge of the subject's matter and anticipation of likely responses. A person establishing categories for reference questions should have had enough referenced experience and have done enough reading about the topic to be able to predict the types of questions that will appear in study and establish categories accordingly. Coding the data. Once the categories have been established and data assigned to them, it is necessary to convert the new data or responses to numerical codes so that they can be tabulated or tallied. These codes are in turn assigned to specific locations in data files, particularly if computer data analysis is planned. Analyzing the data. Descriptive analysis. 1. At the most basic level, the statistical analysis can indicate how many persons, objectives, scores, or whatever achieve each value or fill into each category. For every variable that was measured, this calculation, known as frequency distribution, are usually reported in tables. Analyzing the data or inferential statistics. Using inferential statistics, as first described, one could measure the loss rate for a sample of books and then predict the loss rate of the entire population or collection based on the sample statistic. Applying inferential statistics in the second manner, one could test the relationship between loss rate and circulation loan periods by analyzing the difference in loss rates and circulation loan periods by analyzing the difference in loss rates for 2 groups of books, 1 house, in a short loan period. Parametric statistics. Most important, parametric statistics require the assumptions of a normal population or distribution. When the data of a normal distribution are plotted on a graph, they should produce a curve that is symmetrical and unimodal. Its mean, median, and mode should all coincide. And there should be a constant area or proportion of cases between the mean and an ordinate, which is a given distance for the mean in terms of standard deviations. Non-parametric statistics. In contrast to parametric statistics, non-parametric statistics are considered to be distribution-free. That is, they do not require assumptions of the normal population and therefore are often used with smaller samples. As they involve weaker assumptions, they are less powerful than the parametric test and require larger samples in order to yield the same level of significance. Caution in testing the hypothesis. It is important to remember that a single statistical acceptance of the hypothesis does not prove it to be true with absolute certainty. It is seldom, if ever possible, to accept a hypothesis outright as a single correct one, since there are a large number of additional hypotheses which also could be accepted. One simply decides based on the statistical results that a hypothesis should not be rejected. Statistical analysis software. Today, quantitative analysis is always done by a computer program such as SPSS and microcast. Depending upon the methodology, the data are often inherently numerical and easily uploaded into statistical software packages. With the use of online questionnaire, the data can be transported into statistical software programs as soon as the respondents submit the completed survey. Numerical data can be submitted into statistical software program on personal computers or PCs and servers. As computing power increases, statistical programs are continually being updated.